I'm ducking hell. Many times I fail, many times I prevail. Satan on my trail, I got God, I'm doing well. Had to tell myself, I ain't taking no more L. Winning season, 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 winning season. It's coming, I believe it, huh? Watch it leave me speechless, huh? It's my winning season, huh? Flexing on my demons, huh? Knew the Lord was scheming, wasn't down for no reason, huh? My mood this whole season, Michael Jackson, Billie Jean, and I came from the bottom of the pot. When I got saved, I was on the block. I got locked with bags in my sock. I got bagged by undercover cops. Up the street from the parking lot, on the way to the barber shop. I'm just grateful that I made it out and see myself off the paper route. Still got homies living in the trenches. I feed homeless women on the benches. We treat all year like Thanksgiving. On the block, I made a great decision. Then somebody tell me I ain't winning. I got youngers changing how they feeling. Instead of telling them to stop sinning, I just show a better way of living. They still ducking 12, still busting shells, still busting sales. Look at them numbers on the scale. Me, I'm ducking hell. Try all of what I feel. I say I turn a wheel when I win my life on the scale. Went from ducking 12, now I'm ducking hell. Many times I fail, many times I prevail. Satan on my trail, I got God, I'm doing well. Had to tell myself, I ain't taking no more L. Winning season, 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 winning season. I had to trust you for this, yeah. I had to pray, then I had to get it, man. I had to hustle for this, yeah. I go astray, get stuck in my way, but you know I love you for this, yeah. Stay in my lane and trust in your ways, man. That's what I must do for this, yeah. That's what I must do for this. Only way to run it up. Gotta trust in number one. I don't do no runner ups. Can't you see me coming up? Might be down, but my winning season coming up. This is labor, this is work. This is labor when it's tough. You put your faith in the world. You lost me trusting in luck. This is favor, this is trust. This is favor, this is love. Great connection with the club.
Abstrakt, Xcilence, ADX is in the building. What's happening, y'all?
Yep. What's up?
So today on the docket we got Xcilence, a special guest, but I'm gonna rap for a little bit. Quick, good afternoon. What's going on, Jay? You got a mic on, you can say something. Really? So you're gonna co-host with me today and put your head down. That's what you're gonna do. Anywho. Shout out to the gang, man. Everybody that's not here. So Bree Love, Pounds, Britt, Megan, Shamir, Sam. Right?
That's everybody.
Like, I appreciate you. See you get back. Shout out to everybody that helped us get here and everybody that supports us through the process. All our mothers, etc. Montu, Meshcraft, shout out to Doc, and goddamn fans from the stands. Oh, BJ in that quarantine too. Listen, y'all, make sure y'all go download, follow BJ Banks. It's BJAY Banks, and get that quarantine too, man. Yeah, that's all. That's all I'm gonna say. Just go get it. And I think that's it. Oh. Rest in peace to, again, it's not going away, so we already know. We spoke about that, everything going on last week, and we're going to probably get a little more into it as we continue to go through this process, because it's a movement, and it's time that things change. So rest in peace to all our fallen ones. Equal, not civil. Justice, y'all already know. Folks, what it do? Stan. How was your week, brother?
What's good?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. It's a beautiful,
what's
beautiful
going
day in the
on
neighborhood.
with you? What did you see this week? What happened with you this week?
As far as what?
Life.
On the news or just in general?
Yeah. In general, but you know.
Man, I'm just furthering my CMOS hustle, man.
Okay. Well,
That's what's up.
Man, I done found a source on the purple moss, man. The American purple moss. You gotta drive 10 hours to get it.
Hey,
I ain't gonna say where it's at.
You
But, you know what I'm saying?
You nigga say he done found the source, about to give up the source, y'all.
Nah, I ain't giving up nothing.
Hey.
Get with me though. @Stan_kills.
Y'all heard that? So
Hey.
we got CMOS plans, man, already, but it sounds like it's about to get supercharged.
It's about to get crazy.
Yeah, it's supercharged. So stay tuned.
Yes, sir.
Bro, they
What's up, bro?
what it do?
Man, chilling, man.
How was your week, sir?
It was a pretty long week, man. Long week. Got everything done, though.
After last week's conversation, how did your week go? What you see, man?
It's still, man. It's a lot of stuff that gotta change, man. I was watching the news, and we still out here hurting each other, man. Through all this, man. Yeah. Young girl, early Tuesday morning, lost her life on the 1600 block of W Street Southeast, man. The police found 47 shell cases.
Oh, I think, I did read about that. Yeah.
47 shell cases, man. Like, this is crazy.
I don't know, bro. I really don't. Like, yeah, we'll do what we do with that.
Yeah. About to say the streets gone crazy because a lot of stuff is wide open right now.
Yeah.
It's open season, so old beef's getting rehashed.
Yep.
There's a whole lot going on out there.
It's just,
I want to ask y'all how y'all feel about this whole defunding thing. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Okay.
Next question, but Mama. What's up, baby?
Mama.
yeah. Her name was Kamani Edwards, I believe. She was 21 years old, man. Yep.
How was your week? How
was your week, Mom?
It was wonderful.
That's good to hear. Good to hear.
I won't ask you how you felt about anything because I know it's going to lead down another road. So, anywho, shout out to Son, Jaden, and Jacob because they're both home today. Jacob, a little under the energy. They went to bed late.
Okay.
Love you, fellas. Nephew,
What up?
ready to rock.
Always.
How was your week, sir?
It was
Deep dark.
productive.
That's what's up.
So it is.
That's great.
Yeah.
As I said, nephew has a guest in the building, so I'm gonna let him do it. So I'm not gonna jump over there into his thing, so I'm gonna let him get over there in a second. But Miss J, is this pretty good? I don't know what's going on with my co-host today. We're gonna have to really work on her. We got to work on her. Now she just pointing to the ABX thing in the background. I don't know what we're supposed to do here. Nevertheless, we're gonna get ready to kick it on over to Xcilence.
What is up, ABX family? It's your boy, the Air, the Arc, is back with Xcilence with my special guest, Big Trey 5 over here.
What it do? How y'all doing, man?
Hey.
For a lot of people that don't know me, and Trey 5 over here used to work together over at Guest Service
A long time.
a long time ago down at the National History Museum in the kiosks.
Oh, bro.
A lot of good. A lot of good times over there, man. That's when we first became friends. I found out he started rapping. We just hit it off at the beginning. And then later on down the line, here we are again.
Hey.
So, man, how you been?
I've been good, man. How you been?
You see working.
That's nice to see. When you hit me up, I was like, oh, okay. I gotta see what's up with it.
Yeah, man. I just thought hit you up. Look out with the platform that I have.
Thank you. A lot of people should start doing that. There's a lot of people in the city got connections. They man standing.
So, bro, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, me, from Southeast, born and raised, got about 4 kids. My babies, my heart. That's what I live for. every day I live just to make sure they get on and have a better life than I had. Right now, I work at Pizza Hut doing delivery.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm getting by right now, and everything is good.
That's what's up. So let's talk more about. Let's hop into this music.
Oh yeah, there's a lot going on right there.
So let's start off from the beginning. How did you get into music in the beginning?
To be honest, I was around, I say, 12 years old. My mom, she had this friend. He had this little boom box thing. It was like a karaoke machine, and like they would record themselves rapping on it. And I'm like, I could make something that sounds pretty decent. So that night, I just kept just writing in my head, just kept saying things, putting stuff together. And that night, I came up with a whole rap, and I recorded it in my other friend. I forgot his name, but he told me, he was like, "You sound pretty good, man. We get on the actual beat. See what's up with it." So ever since then, I just kept writing. And when I turned about like a year, maybe 2 later, I was in North Carolina with my uncle. He had this software called Fruity Loops. It's real popping now. Like back in the day, it was a little cheap, generic brand back in the day when I started, but now it's popping. But he taught me how to make beats on there. I made my first beat, put some of the words I already had written on it, and that's how I came and started rapping up at 12, 13.
That's dope. So, what is it about music that you like doing about it?
It's a lot. First thing I can actually start with is a way to tell your story in a colorful way. That's how I see it. 'Cause a lot of people can express themselves through their words. People use art. Some people like to do dancing. And I feel like this is the best way I can articulate my life and my struggles and things that I've actually been through for other people to enjoy as well. Because people need to hear things that's going on in the world. There's a lot of people that don't even listen to music or rap music, period. They just don't understand. So when you find a way to get it across to people and they understand it and be able to dance and be in a good vibe, that's what helped me push.
So that's your motivation?
Yeah.
To go ahead and touch people, try to touch somebody with your music.
Definitely.
That's dope.
Pictures with my words.
Right.
That's all I try to do.
So, man, any new music coming out?
Oh.
Or any song that's already out?
Man, okay. Actually, I just dropped a new mixtape. It's called No Reasons. The reason why I named it that is because it was just a bunch of the songs I was just doing here and there, going to this studio, that studio, just doing them just because I'm there. So I called it No Reasons. Just a bunch of everywhere songs, thrown together. It's about 16 tracks. I just dropped it every major platform: Apple Music, Amazon, Google Play, Spotify, anything, wherever you listen to music, I'm pretty sure it's there. Like, and it's called No Reasons. I dropped it about 3-4 months ago. Dang, I'm a little blank, but I'm trying to remember exactly when. But it was about 3-4 months ago I dropped it. I just did a few videos from a couple singles from it. Everything on YouTube, or you can follow me on Instagram and find it that way.
But so, what's next for Big Trey 5?
What's next for me? Honestly, I'm just trying to get, because it's not only me under my label, which is Gang Bros, and I'm just more so worried about them because I'm already in a position to take the next step. So I'm trying to make sure they right behind me. So for real, if you see anything new, it's gonna be featuring one of my artists. That's what's next for me, is to get them singing and heard.
Yeah, that's dope. So let's switch gears a little bit. We're gonna take it to a little serious note. How did you feel about the Black Lives Matter movement?
That it's a lot in that one little situation because it's a lot of emotions, it's a lot of facts, and there's a lot of opinions, and that's what kind of clouds everybody's judgment about that situation. And I feel like if everybody just take a step back and just listen to what everybody's saying and take it into consideration, it'll be a way less stressful situation. But I feel like it's nothing that we're gonna get over tomorrow or not even a year from now.
Process.
It's gonna take a lot of work because we've been working since before most of us everybody in this room, it's the same problem we have now. They had it back then. The only thing now is like it's more seen. Like back then we didn't have all the cameras and gadgets and access to the internet as much. So we couldn't see everything. We heard about it, read about it in papers and stuff, but now that we actually seeing it, internet everywhere, news everywhere, you seeing it in our neighborhoods, it's hard to kind of keep quiet now. So that's why it's getting talked about.
So, with the Black Lives Matter movement, and with your music, do you think is a way you can
Yes.
use that for inspiration?
Anybody that's doing anything, like you said, you got a platform.
Right.
Your platform could be, like you said, music, but you take the time out in between to talk about real stuff. So with my platform, I could do that too. When I was going to Baloo Senior High School, that's where I graduated from, class of 14. But I was there. I used to write little Black history songs, record them, do music videos and everything. So I'm like, if I was doing that just for school projects, I can do that outside of school and actually educate people. Like I went into depth with my raps. I wish I still had my play it or let you hear them, but it was really educating. And people was like, bro, you sound kind of sweet too. I like that. I was like, yeah, thank you.
Well, bro, thanks for coming rocking.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Tell the people where they can find you, Instagram, hashtag, all that, man.
Everywhere, Big Trey 5, BIGTR35. There's no E and there's no space, everything together. Instagram is GB_Big Trey 5. Facebook is my real name. I don't want to say that right now. But yeah, you can find me at Big Trey 5, Google, any music platform, I'm there. Pretty much. I want to thank everybody here for letting me come at this time.
Fellas, y'all got any questions, man? Let me ask first, how many people you got on your label?
Right now it's 4. It started as a 2-man group, really, but I got little siblings and they like to rap. They of age, so
okay.
And they doing what they do, so it's about 4 of us.
So you're pushing the younger generation under you too?
Oh yes, most definitely. We get shows like today. Actually, it wasn't only going to be me. I was gonna have them with me, but everybody was all over the place. You know, it's hot outside. Everybody get to be free, so they don't want to work. So I'm like, man, look, I can do it myself. But
what you consider your sound?
my sound, I like me myself. I feel like I'm more of a turn up sound, like. Not one of the turn-ups that get you crazy.
So
you
like
wanna
a
fight.
bounce beat with the go-go, not
Yeah,
quite that.
it's kind of like some jazz go-go.
Oh.
That's what you want to look at, like jazz go-go. Smooth but hype at the same time. You can actually ride down the street, listen to it,
Respect.
put it on in the house while you're cleaning up, stuff like that.
Shoot, I'm trying to hit 16.
Hey, that's why I looked over there. Listen, okay, so Murder Mayhem over there. He trying to get back in the studio. He can do it too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he can do it.
of course.
But he's been
It been rusty, man.
he's been on his stuff the
little
last few days. So I figured that was coming from him. But yeah, man.
You figured that was coming?
You can give us something, man. It's up to you.
Think
We ain't trying to put you on the spot. You ain't got to. It's just something, you know. We always.
I'm trying to put you on the spot. It's like, nah.
Spotlight say, I'm only here 16. I'm like, oh. See. I'm just thinking of something that's cool. I got one song I did. It's called Back in the Day. I was like, back in the day, I ain't had none. Now I'm having. It's the word choice. I ain't trying to do too much cussing. That's
Nah, I do your thing.
I'm trying to be respectful with moms.
Respect.
But it was like basically back in the days I ain't had none. Now I'm having it. And the fuck nigga can't ask for none. You know what I'm saying? On the grind I go to work for mine. On the block I go to work for mine. I was like, I'm trying to remember. I was just listening to it, man. It was. I can't remember right now. I'm trying to remember that thing. I was going to hit that joint regardless, and I was like, I'm gonna let him hit that one. Excuse me.
Do you have a band behind you? Or
Not necessarily. I have a couple producers that make my beats for me.
Okay.
I also get beats from YouTube, but I try to stick with the beats from
I know you also said you played
Go-Go.
got a go-go band.
Yeah,
right?
Major
Tell us
Band,
about that.
Glow Boys,
Yeah.
Go-Go, man. Ever since I was a youngin', I was like, man, I want to be in a Go-Go band. I had my own Straight Damage. I played for a lot of other bands, New Faces, SIP, filled in for a couple bands. But Major Band, who I play for now, I grew up listening to. They from Uptown. There's a bunch of like Columbia Heights area, CHP, CTU
Okay.
people, and that's kind of where I grew up on the low, kind of like back and forth between moms and dad.
What's
Dad
that?
was uptown, so when I go up there, that's where I be around. And I always loved go-go, so when I got the chance, they asked me to come try out, came, rocked it. I've been with them ever since. Been about a year and a half now.
That's what's up.
Hopefully we run across you, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely. We coming strong this summer. This summer we played Hangers nightclub. I know if you ever heard Hangers niclub.
Yeah.
We played. I did a couple rap shows at Power, opening up for T.O.B. I don't know if y'all know T.O.B. We around. As far as rap and go, I'm around.
You might want to tune in here 28.
28.
7:30.
Yeah.
It's a band you're gonna definitely know. I can't
Oh,
put it. I
you
can't
can't
put it out
use
here
it.
right now. But y'all
Trying to keep it suspense, but I like that.
just know it's
Gonna
they
be a
come.
party.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a party.
It's gonna be a party.
Gonna
I
be a
got.
party.
I'm gonna keep in touch. Got to.
June 28th, them goddamn fans from the stands got something special for y'all. But nevertheless,
That's it? No more questions?
y'all any more questions before we?
Oh, no, I was gonna say it's pretty dope. How old are you?
24.
It's pretty dope that you 24 and not only you're successful, but you got people under you that you trying to bring out as well. It ain't too many young dudes out here that's like that.
Yeah, see,
that's
and
pretty
I
dope.
got that drive from my dad.
That's what's up.
Thank
That's
you
what's
for
up.
thanking him.
Yeah,
Really.
that's what's up, bro.
Because, and speaking of him, I lost him.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
And that's why I started to go even more harder, because his dream was like, when he heard me rapping, he got his own label. It's called 5151 Music. And he was like, I'm gonna get behind you, but you gotta be serious, because you got talent, man. You gotta push. He heard me and my homeboy from Gang Bros, got behind us, did everything he can do. And when he passed, the only thing I could think of was his music, and I was like, I know he would want me to keep going even harder. So my brothers and them, I said,
That's
y'all gotta
it.
come on, y'all got it. Y'all, like my father was telling me, I'm telling them, y'all actually got the talent, like, and y'all got me. I know everything. My father done told me everything. Let's get it popping. Let's go.
That's what's up.
What a word.
That's what's up.
From a business aspect, you got everything lined up and already in place.
See, as far as business aspect, yeah and no, because I'm with this side label called DistroKid. It's a internet where they distribute your music for you, but you still get your royalties and all your money and everything back. So that's kind of like the side thing. So as far as the music and the distribution and everything, that's good. And promotion, it's a different story. When you get that situated, it'll be really better.
Yeah, we'll wrap out the show. Definitely, that's a different beast.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a different beast for sure. You just gotta keep your head on the swivel and know who you're dealing with.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, I started like 15 when I actually like jumped off the porch as far as getting noticed with the music and doing shows like little barbecues or little neighborhood events and stuff like that. So I done been tricked out, told this, but really got this. I done been through it all. Like I'm 24 now.
It's tricky. It's definitely
Yeah, it's
tricky.
a lot of tricks.
It's tricky. It's tricky. And coming from this area don't make it necessarily easier. So, but I definitely commend you, like you said. You're not only trying to pave your own path, you're also trying to create one for those behind you. So definitely salute.
Thank you.
Again, bro, thanks for coming and rocking out. You can still stay and join the conversation with us.
Yeah, we're gonna just rap for a minute.
Yeah, man.
I ain't got nothing else to do.
Thanks y'all for tuning in for Xcilence. Love y'all.
Yeah. Up Island.
Appreciate you, sir.
Well,
break, little prank break, little bit. So, as we discussed last week, crazy times, man. Don't know, never really quite know where to start or how to feel, but let's get right into it. So this week, Breonna Taylor, he passed a law, I believe, in reference to Breonna Taylor, and the law basically references not being able to enter without, it don't even, that, it's not even getting into the whole breakdown of the law. Let's not fool ourselves. Like, it's a game of, it's a game. That's all I can say. It's a game. So we get a law passed, but we get no arrest. Stage.
Can I say something about that?
Please.
Now, this is when I challenge people to think, and you know, everybody don't like to have to do no work, you know what I'm saying? But I gotta ask people, how could they pass a law for that particular thing? Is this in fact a law that got passed, or is it a statute?
Is it a show? That's
Well, no. Listen to what I'm saying carefully, because
okay.
I do a lot of exposing the show, and a lot of people want to avoid the exposure. You know, so when we talk about laws being passed, are these laws being passed, or are these statutes? Because they're totally different.
Break it down.
Right? So how could they pass a law for Breonna Taylor? You know what I mean? Law is universal, and laws come from nature. You know what I mean? They're pretty much set.
See,
so
you just said you weren't going to do it, though. But see, now if you're going to do that, you have to then go into the dichotomy of the words.
Into the words? I could go into the words. We could just... I could whip up something real quick. But you know, I challenge people to think about these things, because this is part of the game. You know, you got to distinguish whether these are actual laws that we're talking about and what are actual laws, so you can know what applies to you and what doesn't. Because they keeping us in this arena with commercial laws, and commercial laws don't apply to human beings. You know what I mean? So you got to expose that fraud, and we got to say, okay, they just want to say that they passed a law for Breonna Taylor, but it's really a statute in this commercial code in order to give us some type of front. So now the challenge for people is to be able to learn what law is and what it isn't, I think.
No, well, you just basically, that's what I'm trying to get at. I mean, in retrospect, like when I said it's a show, meaning it means nothing.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of, you know, if you're really looking for a result, if you out here, I mean, if you protesting for a purpose and you want to see change and you hope, like, this has nothing to do with none of that. Is what I'm saying.
It's diversion tactics.
Yeah, I mean, it's what do we do? I'm asking that loosely because I know the answer to the question. You know what I'm saying? So
I think we got to stop asking. You know, we asking for something that they can't give us. You know, we want them to give us rights and freedoms, but they never had the power. You know, so I just think we looking crazy. The power comes from God. We didn't need a right from the white man to be.
So when you talking rights and freedom, right?
Right.
And you think about what we place our ego in terms of, I'm grown, I have the right to do what I want to do, right?
Right.
But why is it then that we don't have the right to think for ourselves when we're also rightfully grown, right?
Right.
So in this sense, I'm saying, don't take everything that's just given to you. That's
true.
really my point. I mean, y'all, everybody's entitled to whatever you know, their own feeling. But I mean, yes, the internet is very much so informative, and social media is supposed to be used however you want to use it. It's your personal choice. But do not eat everything that you're fed, so to speak. You know, it's really clear now that it's like this: dangle, move.
Yeah.
You know, so we either have to stop watching, or we have to start thinking before we move, because like a herd of cow, we're being herded into a certain direction, and I don't.
We're being corralled.
Yeah, realistically know what happens when they get us all in that place. So
The roundup.
yeah, the realism is difficult, man. It's because nobody really wants to have these uncomfortable conversations, because the
They
realism,
don't.
we all want to feel like it's going to be okay, and God willing, if you believe, it will be. But the problem is everybody don't believe. The problem is that we pick and we choose. We pick and choose when to love. We pick and choose when who we going to do what for based on the conditions or whatever. And then when the stuff hits the fan, all of a sudden it's I love my fellow black man, or it's Black Lives Matters. But listen, the time for that is every single day. Be accountable for what you do, for the choices you make. Because at the end of the day, when it comes back, ain't nothing you can't fix it once it's back. It's the fixing was supposed to be done beforehand. The proactivity, you reap what you sow. So once that seed is planted in the ground, it's gonna do what it's gonna do. Period. Once that process starts, it's gonna do what it's gonna do. And you either gonna have to rip those roots up or watch it grow. You ain't got another choice. So think for yourself, man.
Yeah.
You said the law and the statute. Right, that statute there.
All right, it's good you asked that, because I just pulled up the definition.
I was about to say, I thought he was anyway, but I guess we just getting.
So a statute, how y'all spell that? You know, it's STATUTE. And before I even get into it, I'll give everybody a good example. And we all know this from the hood. Your man got popped for a crime. He went to a district court, right? Got locked, got charged, all of this stuff, right? And then he came home on an appeal. How do people come home on appeals? Think about this, y'all. If there's one set of laws, how do people come home on appeal? I'm talking about for everything. Stealing cars, guns, drugs, home invasions. People be coming home off technicalities on appeal. How is that? Challenging you to think. So, there is what's called state laws, which are known as statutes. Y'all ever heard of statute of limitation? All these laws are codified as commercial laws. I'm going to read the definition. Statute, first definition, a written law passed by a legislative body. Now that's what they want us to think. But peep the second definition. A rule of an organization or institution. They hustling. Statutes are not real laws, and they don't apply to human beings at all. We accept them as laws, and so we allow them to be applied to us, because even God does not infringe upon your right to contract. So you can contract against yourself. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So what are laws, right? Laws are what we learn in science. And that's what people are really being judged on. If I take a quarter and drop it, gravity is going to make sure it hit the ground. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to make a sound when it hit the ground. These are all laws. Laws of sound, laws of physics, science. You see what I'm saying? And what our people neglect are the laws of language. We don't know what these words mean. When you go in court, they say you prosecuted. Do you want to proceed pro se? See what I'm saying? Pro se is the Latin word. Prosecutor. In order to be prosecuted, you have to proceed pro se. All you got to do is object to that. A lot of people walk right out of court after that. And it's this little stuff that we don't understand, and that's how a lot of times we're being played. So
this goes back to what I just with your word.
yeah,
thing, right?
it's words are magic, man. Spelling. Words are magic.
But we accept what we're told.
Yeah.
We
And
don't read to find out.
well, you know what it is too.
You said something last week. You said something last week. And I want your family to let you finish. But you
What?
said, I thought it was maybe the week before last. You said lawyers. Part of the reason something's come up to lawyers, and use like because they operate to the letter of the law, from the letter of the law.
Well, I wouldn't even say that. You know, first of all, the average lawyer is a barrister. They're not even lawyers, right? And the average person doesn't understand, before a lawyer can take your case, you have to give him your power of attorney. That's the first thing you sign over. So that lets you know that you were the attorney the whole time. You had the power to speak. You signed over your power to speak to this other person. Does that make sense? And then he speaks for you. But you didn't need him in the first place.
Right.
You could have spoke for yourself.
That's why you can. They say you can defend yourself, obviously.
Yeah, but
if you
see-
so choose.
But then this is the trick for that. They ask you, do you want to proceed pro se? That's throwing off your proper person in order to proceed in a certain lane.
I got
You don't even have to proceed pro se. That's a hustle.
Mm.
So they, you know, essentially these crackers sitting in these courts, and they got all this bag of tricks for everybody, and it's all in the words. And even when you get pulled over, like we speaking regular English right now, we speaking what's called common English. When you get pulled over, these police is speaking legalese. They're not even speaking common English. Y'all heard of that before? Legalese? Legalese is English based in law words. And they're using little words to make contracts, because anything verbal is also binding. Are you driving? The average person doesn't know driving is commercial and traveling is completely lawful. Telling a police officer you're traveling and not driving, a lot of times they'll leave you alone right there. Have a good day. Walk away. Boom. Because it's a contract. You're driving at this speed, and you say, well, yeah. You know what I mean? Boom, I already signed this paper. And it's a paper. The paper is a subpoena. And subpoena is another word for suit. You're being sued. State of Maryland is suing you. Washington, D.C. is suing you. And we don't understand the law well enough to defend ourselves, so we got to pay somebody else. And they not defending us at all. They just taking money to make a deal with this other person to let us off the hook if we got enough money. Because all they're going to do, they're going to take your racks. They're going to have a steak dinner with the judge. Hey, man, I like this guy, Stan, man. I think you need to let him off the hook, man. All right, cool. Then they're going to bring you in court, give you a whole theater like they're going to put you in the bag anyway. You know what I mean? And then they're like, nah, we'll let him go. Have a good day. But you had to pay $50,000 for that. You know what I mean? It's all a game.
Racket.
Yeah, it's a racket, and they getting rich off it.
Because we don't read for us.
We don't want to learn, because it's a learning curve to all this stuff, history, and people don't want to have to deal with it. But that's the game. It's not that, you know, what we don't understand is that that's been created for us. It's not just by chance that we don't know things.
And it's also partly, I believe, the reality that they know that comfort, right? Like, as long as we're comfortable,
We good.
we're good.
Yeah.
Growth is uncomfortable, people. So as much as it is, yes, you say reading, but it's not just reading, because you can read 1,000,000 books, right? But if you're not paying attention to what's going on around you, if you're not aware, and if you're not painfully honest with yourself, you know, well, what you do, what you don't do, what you accept and what you don't accept, what's going on around you, truthfully, painfully, whether family or no family, whether money or no money. This is how you can change it, but that makes people uncomfortable. Most people would rather have comfort, aka peace of mind, than reality, than to strip away that Band-Aid, that veil. It's not my fault, not your fault, it's just the reality. So they play to that.
Back to Black Lives Matter.
Black lives do matter.
Back to
Huh?
what Nutty said about the big sign going down the street. you have this 21-year-old girl got killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
We probably had more than just her got killed that day.
Mhm.
We might even had a black police to shoot someone.
Hold on, mama. We have a caller. Good afternoon.
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's going on? Who is this?
You know who it is.
Oh, what's going on, Reg? I didn't catch your voice first.
Hey, man, y'all doing a great job, man. Y'all dropping that good dollars for the people, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, Ray.
Yeah, man, y'all dropping that good law dollars. A lot of people don't know about that, man. Y'all keep educating people, man.
And we
Respect.
trying to just help lead a different path, bro.
Yeah, I knew about that travel. My grandfather told me about that travel law, man. That's real.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that, man.
A lot of people don't.
Yeah,
And
man.
it's
I
all
got
words.
I got off of many a time telling man I was traveling to the driving.
Yeah, cause
See how quick that come back around?
yeah,
That's crazy.
that is wild, man.
Yeah, I told my said, we driving sir and Street. I said, no, I'm traveling. And he was like, okay, sir, you go ahead and have a good day.
Like that.
It's the words, man.
Hey,
They need your agreement.
mhm.
That's crazy.
They need probable cause.
Yeah.
They need that probable cause. They need that.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
they gotta have that, and they can't, in so many ways, they can't mess with you. You know the law. If you know the law,
Yeah.
they can't mess with you. But if you don't know it, you screwed.
You screwed.
Yeah, they gonna get you.
Yeah. That's where they say ignorance, man. You know, that ignorance
They,
literally.
they want you to open the console and the glove box so they can. Oh, there's something shiny in there. I need to see what's in there.
Right. Yeah.
They want you to do that.
They want to take
They
you all the
don't,
way
they
down.
don't teach that. They don't teach none of that in school. They don't give you none of that education in school, which
Yeah.
they should, because all they want to do is make money off.
Yeah.
That's
Just
right.
that kind of education needs to be taught in elementary school.
Yeah.
You know, especially in our neighborhood, we need to start a school on just law and tell these kids when you get pulled over, start streaming on Facebook right away. They can't mess with you. If you let them know you streaming on Facebook, forget the body cam, just start streaming on Facebook with your car right away. That's what I'm telling my son. When he's starting to drive now, if you pull over, you start putting your phone on Facebook, streaming right away.
That actually makes sense, though. I mean, especially that's a way to actually use social media
Yeah, it's a
to your
deterrent.
advantage. Yeah. That actually.
And let them know, look, we are streaming on Facebook right now. You let them know that soon as you get pulled over, more than likely they're gonna take you to go, keep on going. They ain't gonna mess with you. Tell them you're streaming on Facebook right now. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, you gotta equip these kids, man, for real.
Yeah.
But look, man, y'all keep on doing what y'all doing, man. It sounds, the audio, video, everything sounds good, man.
Thanks, bro. We appreciate you.
I'll holler back at y'all, man.
Okay.
All right, Reg.
All right, Rick.
Peace.
Okay.
Oh, that's crazy.
Right, man. And that's just
Yeah.
right then and there. But I mean, it's not that complicated. But at the end of the day, you got to know.
We don't know
We gotta know
our
some
rights.
things.
We don't know
Yeah.
nothing. It goes back to reading, understanding, and because I had never heard of it.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
we have
We
another caller. Good
Yeah,
afternoon.
and last but not least,
Oh,
tell
my
moms I said hello. I tell moms I said
Love you,
Okay,
love
baby,
you,
y'all
love you.
take
Be
care.
safe, baby.
All right, Reg.
bye-bye.
All right.
But you don't know. And his grandfather, his father told him that was a blessing. You don't know enough. If you got parents that maybe from the South who go yes sir, no sir, and don't know that or didn't have that reading ability to teach us. You know,
And that probably would like cut down on a lot because people are so scared when they get pulled over by the police to the point where they're actually provoking the police because they don't know they have rights.
Right. Bingo.
So they so combative. They don't want to listen and
They literally
yeah,
feed
you know what I'm
right
saying?
into it,
They
yeah.
feed right into it. So if you know you have rights, just be calm, be yourself, like exercise your rights.
Yep. That's 100% correct, bro. Because a lot of times we are agitating people.
Yeah.
We intimidating.
Yeah,
We
scared.
know what's going to happen.
Right.
And lot of times, I won't say just be calm. That's gonna always solve it, because some of these guys out here trying to catch a body. Let's just keep it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
like that, the brother that they had on the ground. Y'all seen that one?
Yeah.
And the dude just shot him for nothing. He didn't have nothing on him. He just rolled over and shot him, act like he was about to do something. And I'm like, this crazy. And they had it all on camera.
They said the police killed another unarmed black man last night in Atlanta.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah,
about that. They
I
burnt
heard.
down
I
the
didn't know,
Wendy's.
I
Yeah.
didn't know if it was true or not.
Yeah.
Because I heard two different stories. One said he shot him in the car. Wendy's. One said he was running away and they shot him. So I don't know.
It was
That's
actually
why
a video of
it's
him
right
running,
Yeah,
running in the
exactly.
parking lot.
They actually in California they drew guns on Jay Farrow, the comedian, and said he fit the description of a black guy in the neighborhood. They had to Google his name just so they could let him go and apologize. Like it's crazy.
So let me ask y'all: is this normal police brutality, or can we say at this point that this may be not racism and maybe genocide, or maybe this might be warfare?
I think. I actually don't even. I think it's. If I'm honest, I think in some cases the game has been played so far to the left now that nobody actually. You ask a question, are we in control? I don't think anybody's in control. That includes the police, because the key to what he just said and what we just talked about is they're afraid too. They're itchy. Now the ones, the racist ones, they getting what they want. You get what I'm saying? So, but you saying you got some that just naturally a little scared too. They human.
Well, I would. Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Well,
so, but the game has been played for them to be that way.
Yeah.
Well, I also think it's not enough training, because when you become a police officer, you do all the training to get in. Once you get in, you don't train anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't train anymore.
It's been rigged to the point where everybody has been a pawn in the situation, and now it's just a reaction.
You do all that training to get in. Once you get in, you just do it out.
They don't
hold them accountable for nothing.
They don't have whatever, and then you got the racist one. They literally reacting. We reacting. And nobody knows what's going on.
I mean,
that's sometimes like what you're saying as far as the words and knowledge.
I have to qualify every year.
Yeah.
Like I have to qualify every year. The police, they don't have to. The regular MPD police, they don't have to do none of that. Maryland police, they don't have to do none of that. They don't have to train every year for nothing. Once they train to get in, they in.
See now. When we talk about the guns, we could get into a whole topic about the law about that.
We're gonna say what you was about to say before we then get into the guns. I know I cut you off. You said you was about to say something. Is it genocide or is it?
Yeah, well, what you were saying too was that everybody's scared, but see this, I would say it's two different scares. You know what I mean? Some people are scared for good reason. These people enslaved us, all kind of stuff, did all kind of atrocities. They've been knowing their day gonna come. Their fear is not the same.
Okay.
Right.
Their understanding of the situation is not the same. You know what I mean? At this point, if you ask me, I would just say this is open warfare. It's just being staged like it's not. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They really want to. I've been saying this since Corona started in the beginning. Everybody was like, yo, Corona. I'm like, no, they want to kill you.
That's all.
I don't doubt that. Yeah,
now we down the road and we got riots. These riots, if nobody can see, they're going to turn them into a race war. It's getting primed up right now. So in a little bit, it's just going to be white versus black.
What? Oh.
It's already like that. Let me say this. It's already like that in Chicago. A lot of people heard that there was 85 shootings in a day in Chicago, but a lot of people don't know why. You got the white gangs and the Hispanic gangs, and if you're black in Chicago and you drive into a neighborhood that has a white gang, an Aryan gang, or a Spanish gang, they're killing black people on site.
Yeah, they
open season.
Yeah.
If you driving through, they running your car in the alleys and they killing people.
And they
killed a pregnant lady. What was that, last week?
Yeah, they say they doing it to protect their neighborhoods. Basically.
So, all this stuff is being staged because people want to get rid of us. And we kind of just pushing the ball along slowly, like Black Lives Matter. I need a mask for Corona.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
My thing with this,
other.
My thing with this Black Lives, my thing with this Black Lives Matter movement. Do Black lives only matter when other races kill us? Cause when we kill us, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Basically.
Don't get no time. They don't
Like
even-
Black Lives Matter don't really say nothing about
And this is
black people killing black people. You know what I'm saying?
this is where it gets
And
stressful
we-
and uncomfortable.
We've been cultured to do that too, though. We've been cultured to hate ourselves. It's hard to get somebody to break that if you're not giving them, you know what I mean?
That's the
nothing
uncomfortable
spiritual,
part.
nothing that's
Yes.
gonna break that cycle. Cause we in the cycle because we've been put in it,
Yeah.
and we not been put in it based on some everyday what we do. It's the deep subconscious mind, our hearts, and a lot of us we just not willing to deal with that stuff, so we ain't getting the healing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't. It's like, what can you do with that? That's like a vicious cycle that is just it ain't nobody can break it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think nothing's gonna change until we change our communities
That's when we change ourselves.
and ourselves.
Like,
Yeah, ourselves
I
too.
think we get, yeah, man. Like it's so easy to point the finger and look outside of self, but like I said, if you honest, if each individual is honest about the stuff they think and feel and believe toward their fellow brother or sister, then you will understand how messed up we truly all are.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of healing and a lot of things that have to be done with each individual. Like the things that we're willing to do to one another or not do for one another to help one another get ahead.
Yeah.
The way we go at one another for the sake of a dollar that means nothing to people who know that they're waving it in front of us and we're jumping and screaming and running like idiots. You know what I'm saying? Like, when this is all said and done, it's people, not things. Because it can burn to the ground, and we'll still be here.
Yeah.
Or maybe we won't, because we may jump in with everything burning because we chasing the dollar, and that's the way it really looks. Like, we are expendable.
Yeah.
In the grand plan.
Yeah.
And I just think like it's something we talked about last week. I think when you and I was having a conversation. Like I think there's a way to change this, but we have to stop thinking instant gratification. We have to start thinking, so to speak, in a way that I don't want to say they. Let's just say we have to start thinking in a more proactive way. We have to be patient and we have to start planning 10, 15, 20-year plans. Let's take and build something prosperous and bountiful for our youth. You know, where we can take a group of kids at this age and push them through this. And it ain't got to be called school, but just like I said, what ABX is, we are abstract. We are an alternative that we are building slowly. That's why it does not matter who's here, who's not here, as long as we keep going.
Yeah.
That's the important piece. Like, we're going because of this one beside me. We're going because of Arcs Island. We're going because of, like, at the end of the day, this has to be a process of patience and perseverance.
Now, can you build that while also being in the system and working with the system?
I guess we're going to find out.
Yes, we are. Because
When you say that, what do you mean though?
What I say when I mean that, I feel like a lot of our energy as a people is wasted in the system. Like, for instance,
I see what you're saying.
we bring the politicians in here, you know what I mean? And just like the lady I brought in here, I made her say a lot of things that were true that she might not wanted to say, but it all alludes to the fact that the system is not designed for us at all. So no matter how much we want to, you know, whether we want to be a congressman, a governor, a delegate, a senator, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't trickle down to us because it's never meant to.
Right.
So no matter how much we want to change the system, it's occupational government, it's slavery. That's what it is. Another name for corporation is plantation. All these things are corporations. Maryland is a corporation that's incorporated.
But I think I can elaborate a little more then. When you're saying, can it be done, like,
Can you put your energy into this thing and get something out of it that's really, truly beneficial? Or does it only come out with a limited benefit? Like, we could put our energy into it, get some money, and drive a Corvette. But we can't put our energy into this society and get real results for black people. I have yet to see it. And we have millionaires and millionaire ball players.
Agree.
They throw their money at a whole bunch of stuff, but no change is ever effective.
Well, I got a comment on
Because hold on, because I don't believe that what I just said or what we talking about. I don't believe that at the core of those athletes, those movie stars, that money is what we need. And what I mean at the core is it's like what I just said with the kids. Like if we start early, we can make sure we plant the seed that
Right.
you don't feel that
I don't
sell your soul.
I don't disagree with any of that you said, but you see, you said something there. Money.
Right.
They're not even putting up money. It's fiat legal tender. And we wonder why this stuff is not effective.
Yes.
The American government said that silver is $1 and that silver and gold is the only money here.
Right.
So we could say these guys are throwing 100 million at whatever, but really that's just ones and zeros on a computer. It's not actually anything real. If we want to be technical, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got to get down to the bottom line, ground floor, if we want to affect change. We can't be playing in the game and, you know what I'm saying, want to make a change.
But I challenge you this. How can we do that if we don't? How can my daughter do that if she doesn't know it?
Right.
So the way that you do that is, you know what, daughter? You're sitting beside me, and we talk and we discuss. So you learn. So the things that you do, and that's what I know it's almost foreign, but it's saying like we're gonna have to raise up a whole generation of children
I
that
totally
know all
agree.
these things that you're saying.
Totally
Need
agree.
to know. That's why we're sitting here.
Right.
They need to know all of that.
Respect.
All the things he just said in terms of, they need to know that. The people that we're putting in the people that we connect with and network, that's why this isn't about money. It's people have, and you believe what you want to believe. I'm looking in the camera and saying that. This fiat, it's not about that for us because we understand it means it's about them. It's about creating something different.
Well, the money is involved with that, but my main point is the separation. Like everything that you said, I agree with, but we have all these institutions, but they don't make it to people because they're in the confines of the society. And what I mean, they're incorporated in the society. They follow the tax laws and codes of the society. No matter how we like it or dislike it, they accept the society's commercial paper as money. And this limits our access. Like I said, you got a Greater Tower Center uptown. You got Blue Now and a lot of these places uptown that teach and have the same information. We don't never get to these places because it's a barrier with capital. A lot of times we can't travel as far and all these things. So, okay, I believe that we must create a separate society. You know what I mean? We must get into trust and estate planning. That is going to involve money and not just paper money. It's going to involve real money if we want freedom for our people. You can't sustain a US dollar. You know what I mean? Like I tell my mans on the street every day. You know what I mean? They doing their thing. They getting the money, but every day they working at getting this money is worth less. So the same 100,000 you made last week, it's worth 80 next week and 60 the week after that. I mean, not exactly like that, but over time.
I guess your base point.
So in order to secure this future that we want, we need to be into real commodities. Gold, silver, things that don't lose value. Intrinsic. You know what I mean? And you could use these capitals to get other capital if you need. You could collateralize it. Like we do our cars, homes, land, everything. You can collateralize stuff. But you do need the money. And that comes with what's the law and what's not the law. Because commercial paper is statute. But gold and silver is lawful money. You know what I'm saying? So that goes back to, you know, what we was talking about before. But we need to create a separate situation. We need segregation back.
Shout out to DC Young Fly, 85 South, Killer Mike, T.I. Like, listen, Big Kip, Black Wall Street. If we can connect and listen, we all on the same path and mindsets of what we're trying to do for our people to some extent. I got to get down to ATL. Nevertheless, yeah, I definitely got to get down there. Los, Chico, DC, I gotta holler at y'all. Man. We gotta do some things. Mom, what you
The same you're saying, you're making a difference. We are making a difference now.
We are.
To us, it might seem like a little bit, but when you got people who come in here and take what you are giving them, the young man he probably took 2 or 3 words. He's gonna go and put that on the street. He's gonna tell somebody what he wrote. You know, it just take one, and if we can keep building, and they come back for more. If we want it, like you said, it's gonna take some time because we've been in it all of our lives.
That's
all
right.
of our lives. So we don't know anything, but as you all are putting it out there, there's people who are taking it in.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I watched Jacob and things he say. He's 11, and the things he hears Dad say, and I'm going, okay, you're taking it in. They might not say anything, but he's taking these things in.
Oh, yeah.
And these are the ones we want to take in. Because my mindset might slip and go back to the old way you were, you know how to do. You know?
I got you,
These
Mama.
are the ones you do want to keep talking.
The kids,
Even though
the
you
children.
don't think nobody's listening, kids listen.
They listen.
They pay more attention than anybody do. And they suck it in like sponge.
And I'm gonna add to that. Not to cut
That's
you
true.
off. I want to add to that. Like the reason why we go through this process, if you guys have watched consistently, you've seen different things, whether it be me and Pounds going back and forth, or Brody and Shamir, or making, like, listen,
It's all love.
It's always all love, but we have this passion and this fight to try to figure out how to get it right. It's not a fight for, oh, I'm better than Stan or Stan, but it's a fight to listen, man. We believe that what we saying is right, and we gotta sometimes bump heads to get to what that is, because we want to make a difference, and that passion is real, because ain't nobody paying us for this. You know what I'm saying? So
we refine each other.
yeah, you know, is it the old saying, iron sharpens iron? Like, there has to be a better way, and in order for us to break this cycle, it's going to take something different. So it's not going to take, we're not going to be able to take and just run out the door and go run down somewhere and start breaking windows and rioting. It's going to change overnight, because what future does that leave for my daughter? You know, what present does that leave for my daughter?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if we don't start thinking and stop just acting, the world won't exist for us anyway. They're going to cage us like animals.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
That's right.
So we are strong, we are smart, we are beautiful, we are powerful. Let's act like it. And I don't mean
Facts.
I mean, let's act like it. Let's communicate. Let's use some thought, man. Let's come together. Let's plan and believe in the plan and stick to the plan and stick with one another.
Strategize.
Listen, if we kill each other and we backstab and we have no plans and we keep the men going at the women, the women going at the men, the kids are left out in the street for the wolves to eat. Like, listen, man, it can't be somebody else's fault if we falling asleep at the wheel.
And it make all of us look bad, because we're all not like that.
Right.
And that's how they see us.
Right. That's right, Nutty.
And everybody ain't out here killing each other.
You just take one nut and they
Yeah.
categories all right there.
And they label us all together.
And you know what? They do it, but we do it to ourselves. We label ourselves bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to keep it. I mean, this is like, because I'm thinking about some things. Like, you got our own people, our own women at times telling our young boys that they have to be hard and tough to survive, but not smart and aware. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all you teaching our young black men is your physical ability and your ability to accrue some numbers. That's what you're good for. That's what you need to focus on, son. You go be strong, protective, and tough, and make some money. You never hone the brain. I was talking to somebody and I was saying, like, if one of the kids I watched grow up, and a young man, I was like, man, listen, some of the things that's going on with him, I guarantee you nobody's ever just sat down and said, listen, Slim, you got a beautiful mind, man. Pause. Because the kid does have a beautiful mind. Like, you got a beautiful mind, slow down. I'm not saying don't do your thing in the streets, but understand this, because we all done gone through what we've gone through from different journeys.
Yeah.
There has to
Ain't
be a
never
plan. Because if there's not a plan, eventually the streets control you and you fall victim to it. So if there's no plan, you just out here, you chasing your tail, literally.
And then infatuated with a lifestyle.
With a lifestyle that's not real. And nobody ever just, like, we just don't have enough of this, man. We don't have enough people that's willing to stand up and be hurt for the sake of saving somebody else. And I don't mean physically hurt. I mean, listen, I've gone through a lot over this last year and taken a lot of stuff for just speaking up openly, honestly, and transparently. And transparently about, you know, from my heart, in terms of the youth, in terms of whatever it is. And that definitely does not mean I'm perfect. Because where I come from, the things I've done, we ain't about to do that. I know absolutely, I'm flawed. But it has nothing to do with my past. It has everything to do with my present, where I want to go in my future. And I don't want to continue to make the same mistakes and expect a different result, especially being a parent.
Can I ask you something? You understand? And you all the way out at now. Can you say? I heard you say something. And I understand where you're coming from because I grew up Nutty. I don't know because you were the youngest one on Houston. But can you say what the drive you all have now and showing it, say 20 years ago? You can show it.
Be what?
The drive that you had, we'll start with you.
Let's say 15 years ago.
The drive that you have now, and you said something, Mom, I'm not going to go back. Did you have that push drive then and just hold on to it because you worry about what people say or thought about you? Where now you can care less. You got to give it to your people because they're hungry and you don't want them to keep starving.
Did you have the same passion you have now, basically?
No, I had the same passion. I didn't know how to articulate as good. I felt like I was far more misunderstood. I couldn't get my point across as well. With maturity and study and a lot of these things, learning patience, it made me a better teacher. You know what I mean? And when I was growing up, you know, it was more strange. I was way more strange when I was growing up. To people anyway. I was the same pretty much as I am now. You know what I mean? But you know, when I'm like, oh, you know, we Moors, I'm a Cimarron, people looking at me like, lack of better word, nigga, you black. You know what I'm saying? And people wouldn't even go there with me. Now, people actually go there. They'll go there with me. You know what I mean? I was on the astrology, a lot of this stuff when I was a teenager, but it was extremely strange to be like, oh yeah, I look at the tarot or astrology to people, you know. But at the same time, I was the kid who had all the Jordans. You know, I was, you know what I mean, into fashion. I didn't think it was weird and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? I thought it was pretty much regular. But I always wanted to help people and, you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like when I grew up, I more found my purpose. I thought I was going to be a rap star or, you know what I mean? I thought I was going to be something else. But now that I'm older, it's like, no, this is who you are. You know what I mean?
I would say I probably had the same drive, but back then I was in my own way because I was like angry at some of the stuff from my childhood, I would say. So I really wouldn't have been this way unless I changed and fixed myself and came to grips with everything that was going on with me. So I believe I still had the same drive back then that I have now. It's just I was in my own way.
I tell you what, in the last couple of weeks, I've seen you speak out and be almost one stand number. I said, oh, wait a minute, I haven't seen that before. But you're right.
That's hard, cause alright. So bro, switch your camera for me, cause I have a quick moment. Okay. So the answer to that question is twofold. Yes, the passion existed. But fear overrided the reality of being comfortable with myself. So what that means is what you said, right? In terms of
Absolutely agree.
Yeah. So I've been me my whole life. Obviously, my mother can tell you this, and it was like at 11, I still whatever. My 11th birthday, my father passing away at 7. There were things that I've done in terms of realizing the moment. I didn't cry because I felt I didn't know how everybody else would react. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. And this is my father's death here we're talking about. So I've always had this conscious awareness of people around me, so to speak. And as I got older, it became a burden of I have to be this person or this way for this person, or I have to be this way for this person because I got to make sure that they good. I got to make sure that this is that. I got to make sure this is this way. So the passion to because I've always believed it was something greater. This has to be, even still right now today, there has to be a different way. Even with everything going on, I believe this is why God opens doors, because this can't be it. There's no way this can't be it. I've always had that passion, but that courage to step out and say, you know what, accept me as I am. I'm gonna go get what it is God put me here to go get. Whether this person is with me or that person is with me, whether you like me, whether you don't, my heart is pure. And you can believe what you choose to believe at that point, because my actions will absolutely show that. The people that I surround myself with, the way that I love my children, the way that I take care of my mother, the way that I attend to making sure my brothers are good. Like, when this is all said and done, whether I have the fiat money or not, I will have what, I will have what is needed to be prosperous in this life, whether I see it or not, because the prosperity will come with them, my grandkids, my legacy. The passion to speak like this always existed. The courage to do it. So it's why so many things have transpired and happened, and I have some friends that some people that you probably feel I'm not friends with them at this point, or family, or whatever the case may be, because I had a little situation with a family member that I wouldn't have brought up if this conversation hadn't came up. But since we're on it, my friend, we don't have to have a conversation, brother. We don't. Because I said what I said, and if you were looking at the show then, where are you? And if you can speak up about a mask in a group text, don't send me a text referring to the fact that you don't text, and we can have a conversation and we can talk. Because at that point, you should have done that before then. And as a grown man, you don't have to retread. Like Drew Brees, you shouldn't have to retread. So at this point, I know how you feel. I love you. But you can stay your distance.
Respect.
Moving on with that, like I said, the courage to step in these places is the difference. So the passion always existed. This is the end until the next. Next week we got Father's Day, and Miss Melanie in the wind down. We got a masseuse.
A masseuse?
Yeah, she's gonna come in and join us and
What's
talk
she
about.
bringing the table?
We haven't discussed that yet, but she is going to talk about what she does.
To bring the table.
I'm trying to
Bring the table.
You on the board.
So y'all make sure y'all tune in next week. Also, we're going to talk that daddy talk. Since it's Father's Day, we got special fun going on. I'm going to try to have Pounds whip up some food, and maybe we might even have the grill outside for a little bit for Father's Day. So
yes, sir.
Y'all make sure y'all tune in. We love y'all. We appreciate you. It's always the gifted, all driven, all up or nothing. I definitely appreciate you, folks.
Appreciate you.
Y'all gotta say nothing, no. Oh, make sure y'all subscribe. ABSTRAKT XCILENCE Abstract Xcilence on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. What's up, boo? You wanna say goodnight? She's still, this is not the,
Deuces.
Peace out.
Push out.
How that sounded out there to y'all? You got it right. You got it right. Feel good. Okay. We gonna take our time to breathe. Is that alright? Is that alright? You know we gotta take it back one time, but ain't no. Check it out. Check it out. You may not drive a brand new Cadillac. You know they said I'm not supposed to be singing this song, right? Against the white wall, TPA tennis in the back. We have some technical difficulties right there.